Well, last night was it's a great game to watch if you're a fan or you love hockey, but probably not a great game for a coach. How do you reconcile that as you prepare for the second of a back-to-back with all those learning opportunities for your team?
Well, it was probably a lot more enjoyable for the Philly staff than the Edmonton
Yeah.
staff because at the end of the night they come away with the points. But you always break your game down from an offensive and a defensive perspective. And offensively, we were we did a lot of good things, power play wise, 5-on-5 wise. I thought a few of our players had tremendous nights. But then you got to flip the coin over, and you got to start from from the crease to the blue line and on out, all the way through the coaching staff. And we didn't have a very good night there. If you score 5, you should be able to win a game. And as I said last night, there were some individuals that were flat out red rotten last night, and it's hard to hold the complete team accountable for that type of performance. But we are a team, and we've got to move on tonight to play a very sound, checking, tight, well goaltended team that isn't going to give up very much. So if we play as loose as we did last night and we get into a run and gun game with them, it doesn't matter how well Talbs or any individuals play, we'll likely come out on the losing end. So we've got to understand where we are physically, what's in the tank. We've got to manage the game properly. We've got to check before we gamble. And I think lately it's been a little more gamble before check, and it's costing us.
So when you have players like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins or an Oscar Klefbom that have obvious abilities and skills and have a tough night, is it good that they get that chance to get right back in there and maybe try to bounce back after a tough game like that?
Well, it doesn't hurt. I know if it was me, I wouldn't want to wallow in that for too long. I'd want to get back out and lift my performance level back up and try and show my teammates and the rest of the group that, I had a bad night, but I'm going to be there for you. And they're going to get that opportunity here real quickly. I expect both of them to bounce back and perform at a level that they're very capable of performing at. We don't expect them to hit home runs. Sometimes you're not a home run hitter, but every now and then you got to chip in with singles, and you got to take care of your defensive play for 9 innings, obviously using the baseball analogy, and the two of them have to do a much better job than they did last night.
So Oscar has provided enough offense, some offense, but defensively since the season really he's struggled, and you alluded to the fact that he missed a lot of games last year and stuff, but now we're at game 30, so
yeah, I don't think the offense is great, but when you're on the negative side night in and night out, it doesn't matter. We may as well have an even guy in that situation and take our chances. So he's got some work to do defensively, both defending the rush, defending in the zone. We're looking forward to a break coming up where we can actually practice as a team and try and help them a little bit. Right now, everything's done on the fly. Everything's done via video, and you can see that there's errors in our game as a whole and errors individually that really need to be polished up, but we've got to find some time now to try and help those players.
So sticking with the baseball theme, you're looking for some more run producers. You mentioned that a couple games ago. You'd like to see somebody else step up in lieu of Connor as well, and Leon did that last night. Are you seeing some progression and growth with him that he can be a driver and carry a line as well? Because he certainly did that last night.
He's done that for the past 3 weeks, in my opinion. He is certainly helping Connor out in that area. Becoming a premier power forward. He still has some things to learn defensively as well, and a few game management things. But overall, we couldn't be happier with what he's been giving us. And it's a real good evolution process for him, how he's grown his game. And a couple others that have been in the league for a while should take a look. I just think of Faceoff as a prime example. He struggled in the past, and his numbers are way up. So there's pride in it. There is work on it. There's homework being done. He's watching other players around the league. He's thinking about technique. He's asking questions. Or you can just put your equipment on and keep going into the circle and keep doing the same thing and getting the same results year after year. For me, that's how Leon has grown as a player. He strives to get better every night and still needs work, but he's become very effective.
Yes, he was out on the ice with Anton and David Musil and Brandon, so obviously Petlick in and Puljujärvi out for tonight.
There's a good chance that'll happen, yep.
Regarding, just wanted to ask you a little bit about Connor, and he was very emotionally charged up last night. Did you see that impact his game one way or the other, or if that's something you like to see every once in a while, how you would kind of gauge the way he was last night?
I didn't see his game, other than the emotional part, I didn't see him slow down. I didn't see him shy away. I saw him produce a goal and an assist. I saw him manage the power play quite well. He skated his usual minutes. So I didn't see that affect him negatively by any means. In fact, I think it was a positive thing for him as an individual. It may have distracted a few of our other players for a very short period, but we reined that back in, and we were capable of playing after that.
That's unusual for Connor. He doesn't even like talking about opposing players. For him to go off like that,
Yeah.
a player every now and then have to do that. I don't.
Yeah, it's he's human. He's got an emotional thermometer like the rest of us, and sometimes it goes up and sometimes it stays down.